based on a farm where a terrible tragedy happened in 1873. The monsters come out every single Halloween to haunt those who dare enter. My name's Axel. I'm Sean. It's time for Hallowscream. Let the carnage begin.
October 22nd, 1873. The C.W. Tawney's travelling circus journeys north for its final performance of the season. Led by their headstrong ringmaster, Mr. Charles William Tawney's, the troupe look to impress their new audience. The barman informs him quietly that the man at the end of the table is one Leonard Dunnington, a farmer, a drunk, and a gambler. Charlie seizes his moment, a wager. He proposes to Leonard that if he is to win the next hand, the farmer must offer him and his circus lodgings for the winter season. Corny, the circus's lead clown, joins him for a drink. Leonard spares no time in damning Charlie to hell, but Corny reveals that he too loathes the ringmaster. Grabbing his pitchfork, he sets off into the farmyard to get his revenge. Corny does his best to stop the frantic farmer, but in a blind surge, the pitchfork pierces his stomach. He dies in the barn as the first domino to fall and the catastrophe to follow. Charlie meets his maker. Leonard's pitchfork slices through his throat, and gasping, he falls into a bloody heap. Leonard does not stop there. He hurls a lamp onto the nearby hay bale, his final act of madness. Leonard Dunnington was arrested, trialed and hanged at Tyburn Gallows at York Castle for the massacre at Dunnington Lodge. He died alone.
Hallowscream is based on a farm where a terrible tragedy occurred back in 1873, and the restless souls who died on that night return each Halloween to torment those who dare to visit. Hallowscream is a thrilling and terrifying experience that is not for the faint-hearted. This immersive attraction is filled with spine-chilling actors, intricate sets, and jump scares at every turn. With 5 separate live-action haunted house attractions, visitors will navigate through dark, winding corridors and encounter monsters and ghouls as they make their way through the stories of the haunted farm. Winner of Best UK Scream Park, Hallowscream at York Maze is a terrifyingly entertaining night of fear and fun. With its intense scares and iconic roaming characters, Hallowscream is sure to leave a lasting impression on those brave enough to enter.
And we head in to Hallowscream. The monsters awake through the fog. Evening. Whoa!
Yeah, keep going.
They're already here. Oh my god. The monsters are out. It's time for Hallowscream. One thing that's great about the event this year is that it's wristbanded rather than ticketed. So you can go through the mazes as many times as you want with just a standard ticket. That's something that you don't really get at scare mazes, so it's great that we will get to go through these quite a few times tonight. Of course, we'll just give you our first impressions of them. Well, yeah, I absolutely love that on Hallowscream. So the first maze of the night is the Singularity.
It was believed that inventor Joseph Clement perished in the circus fire on the farm, but his body was never found, and rumours persisted that he had created a time machine. It seems those rumours were true. Clement believed that a human-robot hybrid could bring peace to the world, and he returned to our time. Clement travelled forward in time to 2073, where he encountered a broken world where machines had taken over and war raged between robots and humans. Clement believed that a human-robot hybrid could bring peace to the world, and he returned to our time, the point in history he saw where machines had first achieved consciousness. His vision is to create a new species that combines the best of man and machine. One true, perfect being that he calls the Singularity.
The Singularity, first thing first, the sets in there are absolutely massive. It's so overwhelming, it's filled with smoke, and I absolutely love the theme. What did you think about it, Sean?
So claustrophobic. There's so much like confining you, such small spaces. There were people just putting their hands through gaps that you didn't think they could. It's freaking me out, honestly. And there's just loads of like popping and banging and clanking noises throughout the whole maze. It's a proper sensory overload.
It really is. Now Nathan's never been to an event like this before, so that was his first haunt of this time. What did you think about that, the Singularity?
I loved it. It's bigger than I thought, a lot bigger than I thought. It lasted a lot longer than I thought. There's one part of me I didn't like because you can't see anything.
Yeah.
So that scared me because I thought I was going to touch people, over somebody. But yeah, the first one is amazing.
Amazing. All right, on to the next one.
Although I do want to get a photo ball cream for the Halloween thing if you want me.
Of course. Pin badges. I love an event with a good pin badge. I've already got the t-shirts. Pin badge. I'll add that to my collection at only £4. Absolute bargain. Nathan's got the other version. I've got that on a t-shirt, so love it. Next up is Corny's Cornevil.
Corny, the famous circus clown, was murdered on this site by Leonard Dunnington in 1873. His designs for a house of confusion were discovered with his remains when they were unearthed on the farm. A world where rooms shrink, spin around and defy gravity, where passageways lead to dead ends and you come face to face with your own image contorted in fear. Corny's Cornevil, where demonic clowns and mind-bending illusions will have you questioning your sanity and begging for the exit.
Corny's Cornevil. So disorientating in there. You've got spinning tunnels, you've got uneven surfaces. The clowns really do get in your face like it's a really intense maze. And it made me feel sick at certain parts as well. I was so disoriented. It really plays with your perception. How was your experience, John?
I like the layout of that maze the most.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best part about it. It used to be a bit scarier. I think because we were at the back we didn't get some of the scares. But it was still really...
Although they were following me from the back as well.
It was really fun, that one.
Yeah, it is a really fun maze. How was your experience, Nathan?
Disoriented, like you said. There was one point where I was like, the room doesn't move, but the outside does, and then I stared at the outside bit, and then I got a bit dizzy and nearly fell over, even though it's straight. So yeah, it's fun, I liked it.
Yeah, nice. Alright, that was Corny's Cornevil. On to the next one.
Well, why didn't you come another girl? I know you want this.
Next up is my most anticipated. It's new for 2023. It's Necropolis.
Circus ringmaster Charlie Thorneys, like many Victorians of his time, were captivated by Egyptomania. He scoured the ancient Egyptian necropolis, literally translated to City of the Dead, raiding tombs and stealing mummies, or parts of mummies, jeweled scarabs, amulets, canopic jars, and other funerary artifacts intended to aid safe travel to the afterlife. But these objects were often cursed. During the fire that destroyed the circus, the heat and flames fused the mummified body parts into a new creation, reawakening the vengeful spirits of the long-dead Egyptians. Unable to reach the promised afterlife, their tortured souls now protect the offerings to the gods and curse anyone who dare enter their realm. Will you break the curse and escape Necropolis, or will you be entombed for eternity?
New for 2023. The sets, first of all, was absolutely great. I really loved them. The thing that stands out to me the most was the animatronics in there. There was some massive snakes, there was some really good mummy animatronics, and there was vibrating floors, which is something I've not experienced in Scare Maze before. The theme is good. I've not done a Scare Maze with like an Egyptian kind of theme, so I think it's good that they're trying new things. I just think perhaps there could be a few more scare actors in there. What did you guys think about it?
Yeah, I could do with a few more scare actors, but the set was brilliant, and it had loads of like loud bangs and pops and like, you know, loads of sound effects that just made you absolutely cack yourself. And they had the vibrating floors and the tight claustrophobic spaces. It was brilliant.
I liked it, especially the set design. It was multi-leveled, which was cool. The vibrating floor, which has been commented on, that was an interesting touch. Definitely could have done with some more actors in terms of them being scared. Like, some of the mazes I preferred more in that sense. But it did fulfill a childhood fantasy of mine, which is becoming Lara Croft. So, you know, that's one thing ticked off the box.
Love it. There was some very claustrophobic spaces in there. And yeah, it was well themed. That's what we do take away from that. I would like to see it developed in the future. It's a good foundation to build off of, though. On to the next one. Next up, it's a staple here at Hallowscream. It's time for the flesh pot.
It was known that the farmer who lived at this farm in Victorian times, Leonard Dunnington, had his own slaughterhouse, where he killed and butchered his own meat for sale on the markets in York. Rumours were abound that he always had more meat to sell than his small farm could provide. The locals talked of how he must have been rustling cattle and pigs from neighbouring farms at night. The truth, however, was worse than this. Far worse.
The flesh pot. The sets are obviously great in there. The set design is amazing. I just feel like the batching on that one wasn't very good. There was a lot of people going through at one time, which kind of took away from the experience a little bit. That said, though, I still did get quite a few good scares in there. The actors are intense and really good at what they do.
Yeah, I agree with the batching. They definitely, sorry, they definitely should have sent us in smaller groups, because it was far too hectic in there. Like, they couldn't scare me because I knew what was coming. That being said, there was a lot of bits in there that was quite creepy, and the set was amazing as per usual. I like the fact that all of the dangling stuff is going in. No, it's alright, thank you. Actually feels like flesh. So yeah, that was really good.
How was your first time in it, Nate?
Yeah, so I agree with a lot of what has been said. This set's amazing. It reminded me very much of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that vibe, and I liked it. Yeah, we managed to catch up with the group that was in front as the group behind us caught up. So yeah, it should have been spatially to be better. But yeah, that's probably one of my favourites in terms of this set design.
Yeah, it is a really long maze as well. You are in there for quite a while, so there's the opportunity for a lot of scares. got really good set design, really good boot holes as well, and some really good animatronics as well. It's just such a shame that they couldn't be used to the full effect, but maybe we'll get to go through it again today. That's the great thing about it being unlimited wristbands at this event.
Feel my chainsaws throbbing against my thighs. I close my eyes. Oh, let the choir sing.
Hello. I'm Freddy Krueger. In there. Oh yeah. It's only a statue, but it's still Freddy Krueger. Yeah. Just getting shit.
Oh wow.
Is that Groot?
No, it's not Groot. Why don't we call him Groot?
Who is?
Mr. Cuddles. Yeah.
Mr. Cuddle.
Mr. Cuddles. He does, but he's only to me. He's got attachment issues.
He's got clearly.
Literally.
He's got attachment issues, hasn't he? Clearly. Yeah.
Can I touch it?
No, you can't. He's only 15. You can't do that. Oh no, don't stroke him. You can't. You don't touch him on the head. Yeah. He's only 15 though. You can't.
Is it okay for you to be hugging him like that?
No, he's hugging me like that. I have no choice in the matter.
I mean, you know, feels like you're encouraging it.
Leaving. Let me tell you, I have no choice. I have no choice. What's your name? Bob. Bob. Is his name actually Bob or is it
Bobby, we call him.
Oh, Bobby. Oh, he's a Bobby, isn't he? He's a Bobby. Are you a Bobby? No, you're not. It's Bob. Bye, Bob.
I'm not Bob.
And the final maze on our first time round is time for a post-apocalyptic scare in 2073.
Joseph Clement has recalibrated his time machine in an attempt to avert the tragic events of the past that have cursed the farm. Unfortunately, instead of returning to the past, he takes you to the future, where you will be thrown into a post-Trump nuclear apocalypse. Society has broken down, and the streets are inhabited by zombie-like creatures sick with radiation poisoning. Martial law has been enforced, and the army are your best hope for survival. Unless they have been infected too.
Easily the best one.
2073, both of us came out saying it was easily the best one.
Easily.
I've said this in the past as well, it's so long. What did you like about it, Nathan?
Oh, like, talk about the sets on the other ones. The sets in there are amazing. The amount of vehicles that they've brought in. It's just everything is just spot on. The attention to detail for all the things. It's just so good.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And it's actually scary, like I scream.
Yeah. You scream. Would you speak the language of the future, which is...
It was really good though. The scale of that maze is massive. Like, you're going indoors, you're going outdoors. There's high ceilings. Obviously, there's fire trucks in there. There's ambulances. It's a massive set. There's guns.
There's a
in
TARDIS.
There. There's pyrotechnics. Fire at one point. Yeah, there's a TARDIS. You met the doctor.
I am the doctor.
You'll get
I
wet.
told him.
You'll get wet. But yeah, great maze and a really good run through. Yeah, again, it was at the back, but in that one, it didn't seem to matter. The scares was evenly spaced out, and you got quite a good variation of different scares as well. There was jump scares, there was people creeping up on you, there was distraction scares, and if you was at the back, they would follow you. Really, really good. Loved it. Amazing.
Stop singing! You're upsetting me! It hurt! It hurt my ears! Wow. So impressed!
You're all leaving. Bye.
Bye. And that brings our night here at Hallowscream to an end. In the end, we got on everything once, or in everything once, and we also did Singularity again and Necropolis for a second time, being, you know, new for 2023. We just had to do it, and we was at the front finally on that one. Loved it. I've had an absolutely great night. How was your first scare event, Nathan?
Amazing. I've loved it. I loved every second of it. Because horror is one of my favourite things. So having the opportunity to be scared in real life and try and put yourself in a situation where it's dark and it's noisy and like trying to imagine like if this was a real scenario, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So what was your favourite maze?
My favourite maze. It has to be the
2073.
2073.
Nice.
It was the biggest one, like the sets, everything they got in terms of like ambulances, all the vehicles, everything like that. It was just amazing.
Nice. What was your favourite maze, Sean?
Mine was 2073 as well, actually.
2073, yeah, and same here.
I think it just had the most scares in it.
Yeah,
For me.
2073 was clearly maze of the night. What they do really well here is attention to detail. The set pieces are massive, the characters are amazing, and they have some great roaming characters as well. The whole event is really well put together and a premium scare attraction here in the UK. And that brings this vlog to an end. I've been Axel.
I'm Sean.
I'm Nathan.
And we'll see you in another video.
Chase